We're going to be breaking down some of our favorite things about the Atlas, kind of the ways it stacks up against everyone else. One of my favorite things in the front is the full light bar all the way across. And on some of the higher trims, you can even get the VW logo to light up too, which looks real impressive at night. Kind of notice that all the way throughout. There's a lot of customizability with the car from a user perspective. Another thing that's really cool up front, the headlights they're adaptive, so when you turn your steering wheel, they'll kind of move with you. A lot of people really like that. It's also got a dynamic cornering light, which lights up the side of the road that you're turning onto, which is pretty helpful at night. And in inclement weather, the headlight can even angle down to show more of the road, which is pretty cool. Something I like about this particular model is the paint coat. This is the Pyrite Silver Metallic. I wasn't really a big silver guy until I started working here, especially in the showroom. The silver really pops. This one's also got the black rims on it, which I think is a pretty good color combo. They don't all come with these. Some of them have a two-tone wheel, but it just looks pretty nice, especially with the black roof racks on there too.
What really caught my attention with these vehicles is that they have really good handling and a low center of gravity. They don't lift these up too high, so you still have just a little bit of clearance between the wheels and the wheel well, but sits just low enough.
Definitely got that German car feel, yeah, for sure. Another thing that's really handy with most of the trim levels is the remote access keyless entry. So it's got on all of the 4 doors, it's got this little indentation here, and you could just kind of put your finger on it to lock or unlock the car. If you set your hand on the inside of the door handle, it'll unlock so you can open it, which is pretty cool, especially your hands are full or you got your key fob in your pocket or purse or something. It's real handy. You don't have to fish it out and mess around with the button.
Especially for a 4-cylinder motor, it can tow quite a bit.
4Motion all-wheel drive too. This really helps with towing as well as driving around in poor weather. Volkswagen's all-wheel drive system is phenomenal. It's really pretty good.
The 4Motion drivetrain on these vehicles, they have adjustable power ratios from the front to the rear tires. They have 70-30, so 70% power in front, 30% power in the rear. With this vehicle, it also has 70-30 in sport mode, but when you put it in off-road mode and in snow mode, you can get 50-50. So 50 in the front, 50 in the rear for a really great power delivery to all 4 tires. And whenever you're in eco and comfort mode, it's usually 90-10, so 90 in the front, 10% in the rear, just to control the handling of the vehicle.
Especially on the highway, it's nice to be mostly front-wheel drive because you're not really going to be doing anything that requires a lot of traction. You're just going in a straight line, so it helps with fuel efficiency. But then if you need the grip, it can split it front and back, so it's really good system. One other thing I like about the rear end, I know I mentioned at the front, but this has the light bar all the way across in the back too. The full light bar here all the way across, and then the Volkswagen logo can light up red too, which looks pretty sweet. So here we are on the inside, and something you'll notice, and a lot of people do notice, kind of surprised by, is the way the interior is laid out is very simplistic. It's really a breath of fresh air when everyone's going to, you know, so much going on, feels like you're in a spaceship. But the fit and finish in here is really quite good. You won't get those creaks, groans, rattles that some other brands have. I really like the way the digital gauge cluster is set up here in front of the steering wheel. You can actually customize what shows up there. There's a few different modes, kind of, again, gives you that owner's perspective where you can change things to the way you like them. So right now we've got our standard gauges. There's a few different modes you can change through to kind of customize things the way you want them. The climate controls too are pretty easy to get to. You've always got your temperature down here, and then as well your heated and cooled seats, as well as a few other functions up there.
So we have the plastic protector on the screen from factory, so it's going to look a little weird on camera, but in person this screen looks phenomenal. When you're dragging your finger across the screen, it's not delayed, it's not laggy, it's not chopped, it's all smooth. Everything is all smooth. This vehicle has several different mode selects. So you got Eco, Comfort, Sport, Custom, Off-Road, and Snow. So if you go ahead and select custom, you can be able to change pretty much anything you want. So you got steering, you can be able to stiffen that up with sport mode. You got your drivetrain, you can also select it in sport or eco mode, and that will give it more of a reaction. You got your active chassis control. You can be able to have your suspension tighten up a little bit or as loose as possible for comfort, and in the middle for eco. You got your hill start assist, so if you're up on a very steep incline, it's going to hold the vehicle, so you have time to let off the brake and push the gas without having the car roll back. On the top, where the lights are, you got buttonless lights, so you can just tap it with the back of your finger. You can even wave it right here. Same with the sunroof and the sunshade right here. It's all like a phone screen.
So we've been talking about the Atlas in general, but I think one of the reasons it's so popular here in the Kansas City area is just the way it drives, right? That German driving experience, especially in dense traffic or downtown Kansas City. It does really well with that. I also appreciate the suspension. It's pretty comfortable. We've got honestly, some pretty rough roads in the Missouri area, Kansas City area, and the suspension does pretty well on these. If you are in the market for a three-row SUV, come take a look at an Atlas. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.